are officially live. Welcome to the Turnover Turds podcast. I am your co-host, Sir Random Guy, along with my co-host, Thomas. But Thomas might not show up today because we have a certain guest here. Ladies and gentlemen, Anakin Skywalker, a.k.a. Jackson Darts.
The greatest Star Wars, Jedi ever.
Yeah, unfortunately, you lost your compadre this past Sunday.
Yeah, I lost one of my boys. Whoa!
Yeah.
I broke my lightsaber!
But anyways, we also got another guest coming in. I'll go get him right now.
All right, I'm terrified.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast after almost getting rejected last time. Here he is, Kirko Chain. What's up, fellas? You like that? And to also represent the Atlanta, I don't have any Atlanta Falcons merch on me, so in honor of last night's game in the World Series against the Toronto Blue Jays, I have a shirt of Atlanta Braves legend Freddie Freeman from his last year's World Series MVP run.
Back to back. He will go back to back.
Look, as Kirk Cousins, this man has been dominating for his entire career. This man as Freddie Freeman has been the best baseball player I've ever seen. And even though, yes, there is a guy named Shohei Ohtani, but you gotta respect the legends. But yes, Kirko Chains and Jackson Dart will be taking over the podcast. The other two guys are going to take a break this week. So yeah, I'll be representing SRG, and Anakin Skywalker is going to be representing Thomas. So yeah, let's get straight to the games. I guess I'll start with my game, right? I came back. The Falcons saw that. They saw my potential. They saw my great return to go against the Miami Dolphins on Sunday, and I was happy. Because October is my time to ball out, and unfortunately, I'm sorry, fans. I let y'all down. I let some guy that got an illness, that got some pink eye. God bless. He gets some rest. That he beat me. And that's just the way it is. And to make myself feel better, I went to Kohl's. But yes, my game was not great. I'm not gonna give the Drake London wasn't there excuse. It wasn't great. You want to talk about your game, Anakin or Jackson?
It wasn't great either. Saquon, the first two plays, just ripped a 60-yard touchdown. It was embarrassing to see. And then we tried to fight back. There was some controversy over this alleged fumble, which it was a fumble. I don't know why the refs are biased towards the Eagles and the Jalen Hurts. Even though I'm a better quarterback, and within the NFC East, the best quarterback in the NFC East, Jalen Hurts is a fraud who cannot throw and has a Mickey Mouse Super Bowl ring. But also, I'd like to mention to brother Cam Scatabo, the man that has invented CTE. He is now gone rest of the season because the disgusting, voracious Eagles decided to completely break his leg in cold blood. It's a very, very sad time.
At least
My poor
Big Dom
brother.
gave him cheesesteaks.
He did. I had to also give him. I had to give him one last headbutt. That's a tribute. But and then the Eagles won in a BS fashion. It was an asterisk game. Referees were terrible. Cam Scadaboo's dead. Cam Scadaboo's dead. I just don't know what to do anymore.
I don't know. I feel your pain, brother. I feel your pain. This is sad times for both our teams here, but we'll bounce back. I'm not sure Michael Penix is gonna return. Maybe I get another shot. I get another shot this week. So it is what it is. Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, let's get on to the other games that we didn't get to see, but we did see some other games. Let's start with Thursday night football. We didn't Carson Wentz is now out for the rest of the year. And it was a game. The Chargers, despite all their injuries, somehow were able to blow out the Minnesota Vikings in good old fashion. And got to give props to Michigan, former Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh. Even though he is my rival and everything, but yes, these are. But Justin Herbert. People say Justin Herbert's like he's like me, but a little more athletic apparently. But at least I can say that I have more playoff games than Justin Herbert. That at least I can argue. But Ken McConnell, if you're listening here, I'm willing to let go of some of my money if you want me to start again. I mean, we had we had some good times. We won that NFC North title back in 2022, and I was on a MVP run in 23 before my Achilles got torn up. So again, Vikings, if you don't want to see JJ McCarthy play this Sunday, I'm available. I'm available for the trade deadline. So, but if anything, yeah. But anyways, the Chargers beat the Minnesota Vikings. Then we got some other games going on. We got I already mentioned my game. I already mentioned the Giants game. Myles Garrett, you did this to yourself, buddy. Myles Garrett, I like you, man, but there are some more things than just money. There's some more things than just money. Just saying. You could have had 5 sacks. Maybe with my team, we could have traded those first round picks, but you decided to stick with the Browns. So I don't think there's any reason for you, Myles Garrett, for you to get upset with your loss versus the Patriots on Sunday. But Drake May, he looks like another me. Drake May just looks like another me right there. Reminds me of me. Unfortunately, he didn't go to Michigan State, but he just gives me off that he just reminds me of me, Kirk Cousins.
They're still like half the size of mine.
But yeah. But yeah, I'm just saying that Drake May it just reminds me of a young me, able to win games, able to get himself an MVP caliber season. Just that's all I'm just saying. And Myles Garrett cannot complain about the situation he put himself in.
One more back. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Garrett could have came to my team. We would have had the greatest defense of all time. We would have been undefeated with my amazing offensive powers. Same as my fallen tribute Camp Scotabo. But of course, instead, we also had that bum of a quarterback, Russell Wilson, starting over me. So, it was just
Whoa! But he's part of my draft class, and we're competing to find out who's the best one. Clearly, it's me, but even though you can say I don't have a Super Bowl, look at the stats. That's all I'm saying. Russell Wilson overrated.
Whatever you say there, Kirk.
Yeah. Anyways, on to another game. We got the Bills and the Panthers. Josh Allen, he actually reminds me of my co-host Jackson Dart, but a lot more experienced, a lot more mobile. But Jackson Dart will get there. You'll get there, but but the Buffalo Bills just destroyed the Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young may be a fraud, but that's another day for Andy Dalton, my old friend Andy Dalton was starting. My bad, but we'll get to it. We'll see what happens to Andy Dalton next week if he plays. I highly doubt it. But next game we got the Bears and the Ravens. Did Lamar play that Sunday?
No. So on Friday, it was revealed that he was like a full participant in practice. And then Saturday, he was limited, and then it was revealed that he was out. So I don't know what the hell was going on, but apparently he will be playing Thursday. But I just don't know what was going on last week.
Okay, but how did the Ravens score 30 points if they didn't have Lamar?
Derrick Henry ran over the Bears and killed them.
Oh, okay, that explains it. Yeah, I don't think Lamar. I don't think some guy named Snoop Hundley was
Not
able to.
only that, Derrick Henry broke Walter Payton's record.
Yeah, against the Bears.
Fucking talk about salt in the wound.
Yep. And then the Bears. Caleb Williams. He's I think the Chicago fan base pretty much described what everyone says, so I don't think we need to get any further detail after that. But we have the 49ers and the Texans. I guess the answer was simple. Stop Christian McCaffrey and you'll win games. There you go. I could have been the Niners. Yeah, I have been the Niners at some point. So, and Cal.
Hey, Kirk.
Yeah.
What happened in that playoff game against the Niners?
Look. I didn't have Justin Jefferson. Look. You're telling me I have to deal with Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead, DeForest Buckner, Richard Sherman. You're telling me I have to deal with that all 4 quarters? Yeah, I think it sums it up itself.
The Niners had Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, does not make it that Jimmy Garoppolo is better than me, all right? It was just, he had a good system. I didn't have Justin Jefferson. I had Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs. I love Adam Thielen. I like Adam Thielen. He's a good guy. Just, compared to what today's weapons are, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, I could have had
Adam
those
Thielen?
weapons. Adam Thielen, glad he's back. But, I'm just saying, that could have been my weapons, but no. They decided to replace me with a quarterback named J.J. McCarthy. Really? And then he didn't play last year. Sam Darnold, that former nobody is now able to get money from the Seahawks. But it is what it is. I got my check in Atlanta. Vikings again. If you want me, I'm available.
Okay, but so then, how did you lose to the Giants in the playoffs?
Look, my defense was trash, and Saquon Barkley is better than Daniel Jones. And guess what? It's happening the same thing in Indianapolis, just a bit better. So yeah. You'll see. You'll learn more, Rook. You'll learn more. I mean, you're already learning already. And good luck with the Niners on Sunday. But yeah, we got do we really need to mention what happened in that Jets game, or should we just move on?
I will say this: props to my, props to my brothers, that have to play on MetLife. The props to, props to my brothers in Jersey. Congratulations, boys! You guys finally got the win to a Joe Flacco-led Bengals in the Big 25. Good job. Let's just see how it goes moving forward and respect my brothers. Congratulations once again.
All right. All right. Yeah, let's go right there. But I got the bling at the end of the day. Kirko chain. Anyways, we got the Buccaneers destroyed the Saints. The Cowboys got destroyed by the Broncos. We have something in common with Bo Nix. Like we do have something in common with Bo Nix. Let's be for real. We share some interests. We have 1 point played for Southern teams. Yeah. Bo Nix was at Auburn. You were in Ole Miss. You were in Ole Miss. You played in Ole Miss. And guess what? I'm currently playing for the Falcons. Yeah,
I still can't believe that the Falcons let the whitest boy play in Atlanta.
Look, people still like me in Atlanta. Just
not after Sunday.
Don't worry. I'll remind you of that Buccaneers game from last year, and we'll be back next week. If I start again next week, I'll show y'all again. Even though Kirktober's over, Kirkvember's starting. Then speaking of old guys, we had a revenge game on Sunday. After that sad loss, I decided to see a certain other quarterback I used to play against in the NFC North, Aaron Rodgers, get humiliated on national television by his former quarterback in Jordan Love, by his former teammate in Jordan Love. What's your thoughts on that? Thoughts of Aaron Rodgers just getting exposed in the field?
Well,
in those ugly uniforms.
Yeah, very ugly uniforms. Listen, Jordan Love is the real guy. He's not better than me. I'm better than him for several different reasons. But maybe Rodgers shouldn't have, maybe shouldn't be the way he is. Maybe he shouldn't have betrayed the Jets or the Packers like he did. You know, again, as of right now, he could have been on the Jets. He could have been, my fellow brother over in MetLife, over in Jersey. Instead, he was a complete douche to the Jets. He constantly talks shit. I heard that he might have punched Brees Hall in the mouth. Like, I'm just saying, Rodgers is a douche. The Jets were smart to get rid of him and get this guy named Justin Fields. It's just Rodgers not a good guy, not a good quarterback. Heard it from Jackson Dart himself.
Yeah, people said that I was the better NC North quarterback when I got there. Like that, there was arguments to be made. Not,
Stafford was there, buddy.
Look. I'm talking about 2023. People don't know about Jared Goff. People didn't expect Jared Goff to boom. I was having an MVP type run before I got a torn Achilles tear, and they didn't want me in Minnesota anymore. Justin Fields is a social media quarterback. He only has like 3 good plays a season, and we're good. I don't know how in the heck did Justin Fields was able to get loved by the Jets fan base again after that game. I don't know how, but that's the way it works, I guess. Apparently, I should have been my win, but no. But anyways, Monday Night Football, the Chiefs destroy the Commanders. Marcus Mariota's not him. Nothing else to say.
Nope. And I'm so mad that that the Chiefs beat me. It was a rigged game. The refs were blowing them the entire hour of the gameplay, and then there was the guy named Russell Wilson, again, terrible quarterback, who just played like shit. So if I was heard of that game, I would have beaten the Chiefs. I'm just saying.
Right. By the way, how's that teammate of yours, Jameis Winston?
Jameis Winston's a great guy. Love him a lot. I haven't heard any fan boo Jameis yet, so he must be doing something good.
Uh-huh.
For why?
Apparently, also another old guy to look out for, Tyler Lockett. He decided to go back with Pete Carroll. I don't understand that.
Free Tyler Lockett again.
Free him. I mean, I don't know why he just to chill with Geno Smith. And again, he could have been a Falcon. He could have been a Buccaneer. He could have been back to Seattle, but he chose the Raiders. That's on him. Just putting it out there.
You would have loved him in Atlanta. Don't lie.
Oh no, I would. I just feel sorry for him. That's all. I just feel sorry for him. You would have loved him in New York, since you don't have Malik Neighbors as well.
Yeah.
And but yeah, the trade deadline's coming up. Only the Rams made a trade this past Monday for a cornerback. They got back their. By the way, they got back their 5th round. The Rams got their 5th round pick, by the way, from the Titans from the Ernest Jones trade from last year. That's pretty fun. That's pretty hilarious.
It has all come full circle.
Yep. And again, hopefully I get to start on Sunday. And speaking of which, speaking of starting, let's get straight to the pick'ems. Also, Freddie Freeman is again great guy. Great guy. Sadly, I couldn't meet him in Atlanta, but he is a forever Atlanta Braves legend and got them to a World Series. So it is what it is.
What on the Dodgers?
Well, he's a good man. That's all I'm just gonna go say. Look, this guy named Anthony's here. Uh, you know, hello, Anthony. I think I seen you last year on the last Halloween special. I could be wrong, but nice to meet you.
Hello,
Uh,
young one.
The only thing that's different, I mean, I got this chain because unfortunately the Falcons lost on Sunday, and fortunately I got and fortunately I don't have any Falcons merch on me, but I have this shirt of Freddie Freeman. I think looking at your logo, you have thanks for being that one guy in fantasy. Well, glad I can help. I don't know who your guy is, but thanks. I didn't do well, but okay, thank you. This dude is really bad at fantasy football.
Jeez.
Just bad drafting and team management. Look. I mean, for the guy, for what it is, he's probably trying his best out there, dealing with the weapons that he got, He may have had Isaiah Pacheco on his team, and he has to deal with Debo Samuel. Just, there's some, I feel like there's just some things out there he might have to deal with the struggles for, but no, it seems like he's phoning it in. I don't think he was phoning it in, but whatever you say, I'm just saying. Also, seems like he wants to go to a Dodgers Giants here. Am I missing any context? Look? I'll feel bad for that man, but I think he still lead a division title. I don't know what his record is, but I mean, judging by the look of it, he may be 3-5. But hey, he's still. I think I heard he might be one game behind the division.
Sounds like a shit division.
Well, I mean, you play what you got, right? You play what you got. Like last week, I played what I got. I didn't have Drake London. I had Darnell Mooney as my wide receiver 1, and Bijan didn't sure help at all. But it's the way the cookie crumbles. Such a poverty division. Well, I can't control that. That's life. To quote Frank Sinatra, that's life. I would take current day Penn State to win that division. That's how bad it is. Well, I don't think he could control that. I don't think he's a commissioner or anything. So I think that's it is what it is. Talk to that commissioner. Just
Yeah.
Look. It is what it is. I faced Jackson Dart this week in fantasy. I mean, it is what it is. I don't want to explain what happened, what occurred.
Just tank, buddy. Just admit to the tank.
I am gonna make the playoffs, and I will come back. You haven't? I'm going to survive. This is my Independence Day. But yes, let's go straight to the pick'ems after. So, give me a second here. All right, so here it is. So with this week, SRG got 8-5 last week. So did Thomas. Thomas also got 8-5 this week.
Yeah, because I'm better.
And whoever this Carrie person is, she also got 8-5 this week.
Clap it up.
So three-way tie. We have a three-way tie this week. But according to what I'm seeing here, SRG's leading 77-43-1, while Thomas has a record of 66-54-1.
This is Rick standings. The commissioner's in charge. He, does all this shit.
But let's get straight to the pick. Starting with Thursday Night Football, we have the Baltimore Ravens going against the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins that carved off my team this past week. Does Tua have pink eye? Do you know, Jackson?
Not that I know of, Kirk.
All right, just for that, I will take Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. I'm not salty or anything. Oh yeah, and since it's Halloween, I'll put orange highlight as the way to go. But Jackson Dart, who you got? What's the force telling you?
I'm sensing an upset, or Tua goes off once again, and Lamar crumbles.
Wow, in Miami too. So you think Mike McDowell keeps his job for another week? I'm praying for it. And what about the Padawan you have, Padme?
I'm going to Baltimore.
All right, we're choosing Baltimore. So what happened to that guy Obi-Wan? I've not heard from him.
He's a fraud.
I don't know. I heard some rumors that he beat you in a lava fight or something a while back.
No. See, the story got twisted around.
Okay, how so?
Fucking do that on the air.
Oh, the other one.
Listen.
The other one. Don't do what?
You were fucking just doing.
What was
I don't need to get fucking demonetized.
I doing?
Listen. So what happened was, we're dueling it out. It's a fantastic duel. She's bitching about, I had the high ground, Anakin. So leapt over him and sliced his head off and became Darth Vader.
But there was a rumor that you fought with him again, like many years later, like 20 years later or something, like and is in Darth Vader's ship, in your ship specifically.
I was fighting a Force ghost.
Right. All right. Well, all right. Next game, we got the Chicago Bears going against the Cincinnati Bengals. Look. I used to play the Bears back in the day, a lot for those past 6 years when I was a Viking. That Caleb kid did not look great this past Sunday, but but I do like to resent my unks and the Bengals in Joe Flacco, but I think that Caleb is going to be something special here. So give me the Bears. What about you, Jackson?
I'm gonna rock with the Bengals for a bounce back win.
All right. You think Unk still got it?
Unk still got it.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What about Padme?
I think it's going to be a close game, but I'm going Bengals.
All righty. I guess you feel some sense of the Force, some connection. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next one, we got the Vikings and the Lions. I guess I heard, my replacement. Sorry, JJ McCarthy is supposed to come back this week, and I respect him and all, but I would not mind him getting sacked by Aiden Hutchinson like 5 times. So give me the Lions.
I'm also going to rock with the Lions.
Alrighty. What about Padme?
I'm gonna go the other way, and I'm picking Vikings.
Kind of disappointed me there, but you know what? That's fine. You know, I respect KOC, but not. I don't respect someone else in that field. But anyways,
that?
on to some guy named. I don't need to explain any names or details. I'm not trying to get the press on me. But anyways, on to the Carolina Panthers.
Hang on. Are you talking about a guy named Carson Wentz?
Oh no, not him. No. I don't feel ever threatened by him.
I was gonna say, I was just gonna say because Carson's currently dead, so I don't know why you would have hatred towards the guy.
Oh no. I respect him a full well recovery. I respect him that. It's just there's someone else, but I'm not gonna name any names. So anyway, we got the Carolina Panthers and the Green Bay Packers. You know, Jordan Love did a great performance last week. The Carolina Panthers, but I got respectful here. But I am going to take the Packers though.
Is this because the Panthers are within your division and you don't want to pick a division rival?
No. I just don't. I just think the Panthers are frauds. That's all.
Okay. Well, I'm also going to go with Green Bay, Wisconsin, and the Packers.
Alrighty, another home team. 4 home teams in a row.
We're gonna go 3. I'm picking the Packers.
All right, guaranteed on the Packers. All right. Alrighty. Anyways, we have next one. We got the Chargers and the Titans. Technically, this is a Mike McCoy revenge game because he was the former head coach of the Chargers when they were in San Diego, of course. And I think let's all be honest here. Can we be honest with each other?
Yeah,
we all agree the Chargers are going to win this game, right? Wait,
what do you say?
What did you say?
He said, do we all agree that the Chargers are going to win?
I agree.
All right. Well, how about you, Jackson?
No.
He does not agree.
Give me the upset.
Huh? You think the Mike McCoy, the current head coach of the Tennessee Titans, is going to beat up on his former team?
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty. All right, next one. We got we got the Atlanta Falcons going against the New England Patriots. Look, I'm aware of what happened in 2016, but I wasn't involved in that time. I was with the Washington team at the time. So it's not going to affect me whatsoever if I do pay on a certain quarterback if we don't know if he's still good or not. But but I'm going to go with the other guy that just reminds me of young me. That's right. I'm going to go with the Patriots and Drake May. I feel like I know I'm going against all the wishes years. Maybe this could be a jinx since it's Halloween. Spooky stuff happens. But hopefully this jinx the Patriots right here.
Well, Kirk, you just stole my thunder. I was going to pick the Patriots to piss you off, to root against you, but apparently you're just doing that to yourself.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully we could jinx the Patriots. Can we make this a guarantee? Sure. All right. Can we make this a guarantee? Falcons or the Patriots, Padme?
I'm going to go against both of you. I'm picking the Falcons.
All right. At least she's a believer. I'll give her that. She's a believer. Don't force choke me.
Don't fucking tempt me.
All right. Next one. Oh, Jackson, you're going to like this. You got your team at home versus the 49ers. This is a injury bowl for you, have you talked to? Do you know who's playing? Brock or Mac? Or you don't know?
I mean, I've heard a couple of reports on Brock, but nothing official. So it's still kind of up in the air.
All right, I'm going to assume Mac is starting this game. Glad he found a bounce back team with the Niners. A team that I should have been there in 2017, but Dan Snyder was being a petty son of a gun, there. But I like Kyle Shanahan. I think this Niners team is still decent enough to win. So give me the Niners. What about you, Jackson?
I'm gonna go with my boys in the big blue. We are gonna carve up that Niners defense.
Do you trust Tyron Tracy to
I trust
hopefully
Tracy and Robinson?
Alrighty. All right, Niners or Giants?
I'm going Niners.
Niners already. Dun 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 dun. Dun.
You notice
Wait,
I've been picking all road teams recently.
Home teams. All of them are home teams.
All home teams.
Yeah. Next one, we got the Colts and the Steelers. You remember the time I was not teammates with Danny Dimes. And fortunately, Danny Dimes is doing well. Great. Even though I do believe Jonathan Taylor's the best part of that offense. But, proud of him. But he's going against the Aaron Rodgers. This is going to be a close game. This could be the perfect bounce back game for the Steelers, but I like Jonathan Taylor a little too much. So give me the Colts.
The Colts are just too good. There's too much firepower going on. All very well-rounded team. So I'm also going to be picking the Colts.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Danny Dimes doing well this season? The guy you replaced.
I like it a lot. It's it wasn't easy to taking over the reins of a fantastic quarterback, but you know what? I did what I had to do, and it all worked out.
All worked out, and now you're in the Big Apple in the big market. All right, Colts or Steelers?
Colts.
Colts. All right, we're guaranteeing a Colts guarantee here. All righty, next one. We got the Broncos and the Houston Texans. This one's going to be an interesting one here. Both teams been having some question marks. Texans got themselves a big win last week versus the 49ers. Broncos, they won the last 3 games straight, as I recall. And I think, unfortunately, Pat Surtain is not going to be playing for the next few weeks. So that gives some help for CJ Stroud and company, but I'm going to take the Broncos. I don't know why. What about him that trusts me? But I think the Broncos are still a better team. Jackson.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you know what time it is?
I don't recall what time it is. I mean, it's 3:44 right now. My time. Sorry, 6:44. Sorry, Atlanta. I mean,
Kirk.
it's
what time is it?
I have no clue. Then do you know what time it is?
No, come on, Kirk. I'm asking you. What time is it?
Why do you think I know? What?
You should know what time it is.
Hold on.
Come on, Kirk.
Let me check my notes. Check my notes here. What SRG said. Oh, okay. Yeah, right. My bad. It is white boy season.
It's white boy season. It will continue. I'm gonna pick my fellow white boy and Bo next.
Ah, God. SRG, I'm sorry. Thomas, I'm sorry for what's going to occur. But yeah. All right. All right, Padme. Broncos or Texans?
Broncos.
All right. I guess we're riding. We are riding.
Pause.
Believe, I guess. We're believers. We're believers. Up next, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Las Vegas Raiders. You know, the Raiders got themselves an interesting weapon, entire locket, but I don't think it's enough for the Jaguars coming out for bye week. Give me Trevor Lawrence. He reminds me of me, but with long hair. Jackson?
I'm also gonna pick the Trevor Lawrence guy with the offensive ran by Liam Cohen's Duval.
Hopefully we get some Waffle House afterwards if Trevor and I meet. But yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd be nice. All right, Jacksonville or Raiders?
Give me Jacksonville.
Alrighty. Next one, we got the Saints and the Rams. I think that game has some tension there, if I recall, right? I didn't play in that game, but sure witnessed it. I'm sure you did too, Jackson.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I think I heard they're starting an old man this week. Apparently, his name is Tyler Shuck. So we'll see. End of an era for Rattler. I was hoping he would succeed, but unfortunately, it is what it is. But I gotta go with my former NFC North brethren and Matthew Stafford. He's slinging the rock out there this season. Give me the Rams.
I will also be taking the Rams.
All right. Are we gonna make this a guarantee here?
Yeah, I'm going Rams.
Alrighty. All right, next one. Ooh, we got a good game. It's always a classic when these two teams meet. Well, unless it's the playoffs and it's a whole different story. But in the regular season is always fun. We got the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. Allen, Mahomes. Look. Every time the Bills win in the regular season, they lose to the Chiefs in the playoffs. So what if it's the other way around? The Chiefs beat the Bills in the regular season. Will the Bills beat the Chiefs in the playoffs? We shall see. But I do think the Bills are the better team in Buffalo. I feel like you just can't pick the Bills. You can't pick the Bills at home. It was in Kansas City. I might consider something else, but yeah. What about you?
I will be taking my fellow team up in the New York region and the Buffalo Bills.
All right. What are your thoughts on them running for Canada teams?
Fuck Canada. I have no respect for them, especially that fuck ass Blue Jays team. I hate them with a damn passion. They knocked out my, they knocked out my Yankees in the playoffs. So now I hope they lose to the best team in the league according to World Series wins the past couple years in the Dodgers.
Okay. All right. Let's go with that. Let's go with that.
You agree, don't you, Kirk?
Yeah, I like Freddie Freeman. That's all I'm going for. That's all I'm going to say. But we did get a trade right now. The Patriots are trading pass rusher Keon White to the 49ers. All right, so that's the Niners' big edge rusher help. All right.
That does not change my prediction, though. Even though I'm going to die on Sunday now.
Yeah, I mean, he's only got like 3 days to practice, so
yeah.
So you may not start. All right, but Padme, Chiefs or the Bills?
Bills.
All right, Buffalo all the way. Let's go. All right, we got the Seahawks and the Commanders. Oh, my former team on Sunday Night Football. I'm not sure Jaden Daniels is going to show up. I like the guy. He kind of reminds me of a former teammate of mine. And I feel bad for that former teammate, but he did give me a career opportunity, so it worked out at the end. But anyways, the Commanders, they should have just signed me up, but I am going to take the Seahawks. I like Mike McDaniel on that defense. They destroyed me last year, so I respect it. Jackson?
I'm also going to be taking Seattle. I need the Commanders to continue to fall within this division.
Yeah.
I want to get second place, maybe third place, but if the Commanders win, it will not help me.
All right, alrighty. Seahawks or Commanders? Are we going to make this a fully guarantee?
We are. I'm taking Seahawks.
Alrighty. Guarantee. And finally, Monday Night Football. We got the most mid teams. Is that a perfectly description of this game right here?
That's fair.
Most mediocre game of the week. Gotcha. All right. The Cowboys. They're supposedly America's team. Yeah, I feel like that ship has sailed. But you know what? The Cardinals have been choking. They've been failing as an organization, and I can't roll with that. So give me the Cowboys.
I'm going to be taking Arizona.
Oh, you think Kyler Murray breaks the losing streak?
I believe in Kyler Murray.
All right, I expect it to be a shootout here. Not gonna lie, I think it's gonna be maybe a 30-27 type game.
Yeah.
All right, final one, final pick. Who will it be? Drum roll, please.
I'm going Cowboys.
All right, we them boys. Hold up. We them boys. But these are all our what?
No, he ain't.
All right, yeah, that's true. Let's be honest, that's true. All right, everybody, these are our pick'ems this week. I hope you all have a nice spooky Halloween. Stay safe out there, and you better not have any razors in your candy. Anything you want to say for the kiddos there?
Root for LA. Do not root for Toronto. Root for Kendrick Lamar.
But you know what? Let me hit him with that little dance right now. But I think the audience did like that. They like that very much. So I hope you all have a safe week. Have a safe Halloween out there. Don't eat too much candy, and go Falcons.
Snort that sugar.